You are listening to Teenager 0's podcast. Chill lah. Welcome again, ladies and gentlemen, to another Random Request podcast. RRP. Thank you for those who submitted your requests. For those of you who missed out, are you sure you're following me? Here's a checklist for you guys. Number 1. Remember to follow me on Insta and Twitter. Number 2. Stay tuned to my podcast by subscribing me on YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or even Anchor.fm. Mark the second Monday of the month to submit your requests. There you go, your checklist on not missing out random request time. Yeah. Anyways, yes, I have a new intro yet again. Nothing interesting on creating it, I just thought of putting it in. For the tagline, chill lah, it's a Malaysian slang, as you can see the la. And it's pretty much me. I'm like a tight follower of time, I guess. I respect time, I do things on time or I reach a certain place early. It's either I'm early or I'm on time. But when people rush me or people are rushing, I just become really laid back. I don't know why. I think I got influenced. Because even if I passed up, I finished my assignments or I pass up homework a few days earlier, there are still people who are really last minute. So I think I got a little influenced by it. Since I'm generally laid back, I decided to use chill lah as my tagline. Since I said I said it quite a lot. Chill lah. My laid back definitely became annoying to people who are really serious. I think people would criticize me or scold me for being so laid back. So yeah, I guess I'm not a good person to work with. Anyways, let's slide into our requests. The first one is from user at DenisTHX. Thank you! How do you deal with stress? Okay, so I'm studying psychology currently. And I found that when I tell people that, hey, I'm studying psychology, they'll be like, oh, you must be really good in handling stress then. Since I study psychology, we study how our minds work and how to deal with certain behaviors. Even though I did agree to the statement when I started learning about psychology, I'm not so sure now. Because there are still some who don't work well with stress, which is including me. I get really frustrated under stress. I absolutely, in any way possible, I will try my best to avoid getting stressed. And it also depends because people have different ways of dealing with stress. I might deal it quite physically. When it comes to a low level of stress, let's say there's a lot of assignments kind of stress, I have to chase the deadline. Yeah, I listen to music. I deal with it by listening to upbeat music, I guess. Because listening to music is incredible. It turns the way how time works. I am extremely productive under the magic of music. Which is crazy, but yeah, that's just how I work. When I listen to upbeat music or just music that I generally love, I do things quick and yeah, I just become productive in a second. But yeah, when it comes to let's say a medium level of stress, when a teacher scolded me for something I didn't do, yeah, I just start eating pillows, eating my bed, getting violent with soft non-living things. Because I actually searched the internet when before I started psychology, I searched the internet, like how to deal with stress, and they were like, hitting your pillow is good apparently. And yeah, I just started hitting my pillow. Finally, when it comes to a high level of stress, let's see, maybe, I don't know, a fight with someone. Yeah, I'm not good in fighting, like verbally fighting. Yeah, I'm not good with that. I don't know about physically, but yeah, I'm bad in verbal fights. When I have a fight with someone, I think that's like a high level of stress for me. I cry. I don't like to bottle things up. I don't like to pile everything inside me. Like, there's a limit in my heart where it gets, if it like just goes over the limit, I just cry like immediately. Because I think I was like raised or like taught by social media that it's okay to cry. Like, everyone says like, yeah, it's okay to cry out. And I admit I am a huge baby. I cry even in like the smallest argument. But no, like, I don't cry during debates since like debates, it's kind of like a presentation for me, so I don't cry in that. I have no regrets. But yeah, when it comes to like fighting with people, like for example my friends, for example my family, I cry. Yeah. Sometimes I scream as well, like legit I scream. Just anything verbal that I can use to vent out that pain in my heart. Yeah. But I would just like to warn people that if you know someone who is in like this sort of stress for a long time, or basically you who already cried multiple times, don't just keep quiet. Because even like no matter how much you went out, like your anger, your pain, by crying, by screaming, there will be a time when all of these methods just stop their function. Like, you will find out that they don't work with you anymore. Like, you just can't release that pain. So when it comes to this point, the best moment is to share it out. Yeah, that's a method too. Just share out why were you stressing to someone that you trust. Talking to someone is probably the best method to vent out whatever is kept inside you. Like, yeah, I find like my sisters, my friends to talk about it when like I suffer from like a huge amount of stress. Because talking it out, like, it's kind of like sharing your stress, and you'll find yourself like slowly forgetting about it. But don't forget to do your homeworks, guys. Speaking about this, I watched the latest Joker, by the way. But it's been weeks, I guess. I watched it during like on October 4th. I think it was the premiere. It's not the premiere, I mean it's the first day when it was released to the cinemas. So yeah, I watched it with a bunch of friends. And I think it was a great performance, yet again, by Joaquin Phoenix. I hope that's how you pronounce his name, because, when I first saw the name Joaquin Phoenix, I was like, okay, my mind just went Joaquin. And I'm like, okay, wait. English is a complex yet confusing language, so I'ma just go and search it up. And after I listened to his interviews, I searched for his, like, the pronunciation, Joaquin Phoenix. Okay, let's go with that. And since it was kind of like, how the movie was like, talking about how Joker was created, like how a man loses his sanity. It was kind of like a psychological movie. So a friend of mine who was holding my hand, like she was clutching it when we watched it, since it was quite like there were jump scares a little, she commented that psychological movies are actually far more terrifying than horror movies. And I completely agree with it. Like when she commented that, my mind just like had this word, a huge agree in my mind. And yeah, because you will never know what comes next. We study psychology, like there's this subject called psychology, because we are such complex beings. Like there is no knowing of what we will do next if you don't understand the person. Yeah. And like a character like Joker, even there there's a limit to how you understand the character Joker. You will never know what his next move is. Like he could be dancing and then suddenly shoot someone in the head. So when my friend commented that, I was just, nodding my head. I'm like, yep. Also, fun fact that before Joaquin's Joker, the only Joker I watched before this Joker was actually Suicide Squad's Joker, Jared Leto's Joker. I never watched Heath Ledger's or Jack Nicholson's Joker, I think. Yeah. And I know you guys are going to scream at me, but after I watched Joaquin's Joker, I downloaded the 2008 Dark Knight, which is basically where Heath Ledger's Joker was in. And as expected, after I watched it, it was great. Like Heath really portrayed why people will be so scared of the Joker, because we really can't understand what his next move is. And like he's not afraid as well to like show his face on like cameras in like videos. Like he doesn't even care about money as well. Also like the part where like the two fairies, oh, spoiler alert, yes, I forgot to say that. But yeah, spoiler alert, please don't listen to this if you haven't watched Heath Ledger's Joker, or just Joaquin's Joker, or maybe Jared Leto's Joker. Yeah. Yep, these are the three ones that I've seen so far. Anyways, yeah, spoiler alert. So there was this part where like there were two fairies. Yeah, when the civilians, they were like escaping from Gotham City, and like there was like this ferry where it was just filled with normal, like ordinary civilians, and another ferry was filled with criminals. And Joker gave the two ferries a chance to blow up the other. So it was really intense. Like that part was literally intense. Like if I was in that type of situation, I'm really curious in how I would react actually. Because if I'm going to say like right now in this, where I'm doing a podcast and say like what would I do, I would definitely say like I won't press the button. But when it comes to really like testing your humanity during like such an intense situation, you will never know what you will do. But Joker really tested them if they were going to do like something bad when they are like pushed to the edge. That's why I'm such a huge fan of disaster movies. To see how a person can change when the intensity of a situation is heightened, it's really interesting. Of course, Joaquin's Joker was great as well. I like it when I like the scene where he just murdered Randall, the person who gave Arthur Fleck the gun, and then he was letting go of Gary, who was played by Leigh. I don't know how to even pronounce that name. I am so sorry if I pronounce it wrong. Leigh GILL. Yeah, I think that's his name, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, the co-worker who was shot. Yeah, him. Gary. When he was letting him go, wow, like that scene was golden. It was so cute when he couldn't reach the door. Like all of the like I remember the audience who were like on the edge of their seat was like thinking, so does he leave or what? And then like he turned around to ask for Arthur's help to open the door. I'm like, but still, I think the Joker movie, in a way, it kind of show how a person can turn his or her thoughts to the wrong way when like one face multiple challenges. Because yeah, in the movie, Joker faced quite some challenges there. But when I talk about the movie with my boss, that how his condition and how the people treated him destroyed his sanity, my boss then replied me with one thing, which is, what's the definition of a bad treatment? And that question literally made me shut my mouth, like instantly. Because she was right. Yeah, she's right. Like, it's subjective to people for about the movie. Like, people have different meanings when it comes to being treated badly. So yeah, my boss also thinks that Joker is like a cult. Because people believe in him blindly. Because when we watched the movie, we could see like Gotham City was in a devastated situation where like crimes are done, the environment was terrible, even like economically they were kind of like unstable as well. Like the people, they had to like move to jobs and such. And when like Arthur Fleck he killed the three guys on the train, the three what do you call them, three office person, I forgot, oh my god, I forgot the term, but yeah, those three people who went to tease him for being the clown. Yeah, when he killed them, it just sparked to people that rich people are the ones to blame, and then they suddenly became like the followers of Joker, and then the birth of Joker. So yeah, alright. That's enough for Joker for now. Alright, anyways. User at mee goreng, which is basically a Malaysian food. She said, I love you as well. She's a good friend of mine, if you're wondering. So yeah, thank you for the sudden confession. I love you as well. Speaking about love, there's actually a type of relationship that I'm not so used with, I guess. Which is, when two people knew each other for like a short period of time and they just got together. I think to me it's a little bit too fast, I guess. Because like I said, I'm a laid back person. I have a history in relationships as well, but I rather keep them in my black history. When I think back of my past relationships, I just feel I'm such a stupid person back then. Like I was so immature and I'm not smart. But yeah, when it comes to like I have a friend who like basically she knew her partner for like a short period of time, and then they suddenly got together, which I'm kind of shocked. But when I went online, when I went to the web and search for these kind of relationships, I found out that there are actually people who they did became like like lifetime partners in the end, which I'm really happy with. And yeah, since people have their own preferences in relationships, so I definitely supported my friend 100% since she's happy, and if she's happy and I'm happy. Because I was actually taught to to know the person well before going to the next level, because we got to know each other if we're really compatible, yeah, to become to be together, yeah. I think the reason why I was taught to, you know, taught to know the person well, like become friends before become friends in a long period before going to the next level, is maybe because we never know if that person will change when it comes to relationship. Like, they might be wearing a mask, who knows. Therefore, I'm really scared by the thought that they might change in a bad way if I move too fast with them. Like there are a few examples that I've heard, that how they change when they're in like the friends period, and then they suddenly change their personalities when it comes to relationships. So I I prefer to just take my time, chill lah. But yeah, when it comes to a relationship, I don't think that you have to shape yourself, because there are sometimes when people change when they go into like a romantic relationship, because they want to become the perfect person, or that's just how they are in real life. But for those of you who like wanted to become like the perfect girlfriend for your other half, I don't think you have to. That's my advice for one, because like me, I'm absolutely sensitive about others' opinion. So when I'm with my friends, when I'm with someone other than my family and my best friend, I just turn into someone that I don't recognize sometimes. I try to be as perfect as I possibly can, and because of that, that leads me to like a series of disappointment and just like angry and just frustration. Like, every time I face criticism, I feel like it's all my fault. So when my best friend knew about it, she just gave me a slap. And why did I say a she? My best friend is a he though. Yeah, my best friend. I have a male best friend, yeah. When he knew about like how I was torturing myself by shaping myself as the perfect person, he basically, gave me a slap in the face. Not physically, but through WhatsApp. He was like, yo, you shouldn't shape yourself to people's standards. And people will be friends with you uh for who you are. Like, if they don't like who you are, then they're really not worth it. And that goes the same to like romantic partners as well. If the person you are with, like your partner, uh prefers the one that prefers you who is perfect, then I don't think you should continue, because it's going to be toxic. Like, if the person really prefers who you really are, then yes, that's true love. But if he or she prefers you who changes your appearance, changes your personality, yeah, then I don't think that's a great idea, man. So yeah, be careful not to shape yourself into others' preferences, because if you like to do a certain thing in your own way, just do it. Although yes, relationships still comes with a little bit of adjustments. Like, you still have to like tolerate and like respect the your partner's preferences. But yeah, don't go overboard. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say basically. Anyways, user at underscore cuff kv underscore izu ask, what's your life changing moment? And another question is, what is your future plans? Both by him. Thank you. Anyways, let's answer the life-changing moment. If not, what's your life-changing moment? If not, what? Do I have a life-changing moment actually? There are a few, I guess. Yeah. The first one was actually during my UPSR, I guess. During my UPSR, which was UPSR is basically like, I don't know, a high school entrance exam, you could say. But basically it's like the final boss for every primary school students. So yeah, UPSR. When UPSR came, I worked really hard because, like I said before, I'm the youngest in the family. And I have like two elder sisters that we have like a big age gap between us. So I had to kind of break their targets. And they were like expecting me to get 7 A's, which is straight A's, or at least like 6 A's. We have 7 subjects in total, so so when the time they announced the results, when they announced the results, it was quite awkward because we have this school hall, and everybody who took part in the UPSR, we just like gathered there, all the parents were there, and then the person will start calling names from like those who got straight A's. They'll be like, okay, 7 A's, let's see, blah blah blah, and then you go up, take your certificate, go. That's all. And so yeah, I sat there listening for my name, and when I didn't get straight A's, I'm like, okay, that's fine, let's aim for 6 A's. And yeah, I got it. Yeah, that was anticlimactic, right? But yeah, I got it, and that was a life-changing moment because that was the first time when I achieved expectations. Because when I was in primary school, my parents just told me to study, and they like compared how hard my sister studied before me, and I'm like, okay. So yeah, when that happened, it taught me that okay, that I was able to achieve expectations. And number two, you don't necessarily need to work hard to get all A's, because it depends on people. If you work really hard just to get the all A's, it really depends on your ability. If your ability just says no, then don't force yourself, because if you're not good like in academics, you can just try other aspects like sports, music, anything, because there will be one aspect that you can use as an advantage when you're being compared. So yeah, another life-changing moment would be, should I say this? But yeah, sure, why not? It's been a long time since then. So yeah, I met Jeonghan. Yeah, from 17. Ding ding. Udah 17 Chonsa. Nè, Jeonghan. Nè. Wait there. I almost started saying in Korean, but no. So yeah, how did I meet Jeonghan? So if you missed out the first episode, which is Pig Like Teammates or Pig Teammates, yeah, something like that. My first podcast episode, I mentioned that I went to South Korea, and yes, I went to Jeju and Seoul. So when I went to South Korea with my sister, our plan was to go to Jeju first by landing in Seoul, and then we'll just transfer to domestic flight. So yeah, that's what we did, and I did not expect to meet 17 at all, because by that time they did not, oh, what should I say, they went for Japan schedule, I think. Yeah, they were in Japan by the time, and I didn't know that they had a break. Yeah. So so first of all, before I start again, I would like before I continue, I would like to apologize for being rude. I mean, I'm sorry for Jeonghan, because by the time when I met him, I didn't know that he was on private schedule, and it was my first time seeing an idol. So 죄송합니다. Jeonghan 씨 너무 죄송합니다. But sorry, yeah, for disturbing. But yeah, so I met Jeonghan when I was waiting for my flight to Jeju. Yeah, so while I was waiting in the lobby, yeah, I suddenly spotted a silver haired boy and silver haired man. And I was like, okay, that's Jeonghan for sure. I mean, as carrots, you guys know, right? You can recognize a member by just looking at their hair and their eyes. And yeah, like when I told my sister about it, she was like, are you sure that's him? Like, how do you even know? I'm like, dude, he's wearing a suit in an airport, and there is no one except him having silver hair. Having grey hair, yeah, silver grey, yeah, somewhere there. So yeah, he stands out. But yeah, so I told my sister, and we were just in a flustered situation, because I wanted to speak to him. Like, I wanted to ask if I could take a photo, and I was like, no, I shouldn't, because I'm too scared. And then she was like, you should go. And then I'm like, no, I can't. And yeah, it was I was so scared that I was like basically trembling. And he suddenly disappeared from my side, and I was like, there's no way he's going to be in the same flight as me. And my curiosity got me, and I just went forward to check if he's still nearby. And yep, he's in the same lobby as me. And I'm like, okay, this is bad. I'm like, okay. So in the end, my sister won, and I gained the courage to ask him for a photo. Yeah, so I just went there, and I'm like, asking him if I could take a photo with him, but he said he can't, because he's on a private schedule. And actually, by that time, I didn't realize that he was actually with his parents, because when I saw him walking with two others, they don't look like managers or staff. And I was stupid by the time. Why didn't I even realize? But yeah, when he said I couldn't, I'm like, okay, never mind, and that I will keep supporting him. Yeah, something like that. But it was so funny, because like, he stood up, like, he stands out the most. And like, some of the girls by then, like, there were girls, yeah, and they recognize him, but I was the only one that asked him. I don't know why, but yeah, I think so. I think I was the first one to ask him about if I could like ask for a photo. But yeah, after I asked, I completely, like, my legs just gave up when I went back to my sister. Yeah, and she was like, okay, good job. But the fun part doesn't end there, guys. When I boarded my flight, okay, so the flight, right, I swear to God, I chose it like randomly. I just, I was like, okay, there's this spot here, we're just going to sit here because it's nearer to the exit. So yeah, that's our spot. And I'm like mind blown from when I boarded my plane, because our beautiful Jeonghan, he sat right behind me. Yeah, you heard it right. Imagine an idol sitting behind you during like an hour's flight. And I thank God that it wasn't like an 8-hour flight, something like that. And I remember I was just flustered. I was like, what? I remember my sister was like, okay, you should calm down. Your face is blushing. I'm like, sorry. But yeah, I think I don't know if the only member I met was Jeonghan, because after I, you know, after I got down and we had to wait for a bus. We wanted to go to the city. Yeah, we wanted to go to the market where if you guys don't know, 17 Seungkwan, he's from Jeju. And there was this one time where he and Vernon went to do a vlog in Jeju, and there was this market that they went, and they ate this like crab dish, I guess. And yeah, so I wanted to try it out. So we waited for a bus to go to the city center. While we were waiting, apparently I heard a familiar voice behind me. And I knew that he was talking in Mandarin, but my mind didn't fully interpret like what he was talking about. But my mind just went, I think that's the 8. And I just turned back, we locked eyes, my eyes were like shut, and he was like, okay, I'm found. So yeah, when I turned back to tell my sister, he jumped away. Yeah, like basically, like literally, he ran away. So yeah, I'm so sorry for D8 and Jeonghan. 明浩你在听的话，真的很对不起，我不是故意要吓你的。哦，Jeonghan씨 너무 죄송합니다. So yeah, that was how I met my 2 idols. And yeah, why was it a life-changing moment? Because after my incident with them, I went back to Malaysia and I was like, okay, that happened. That's all. I'm still like one of the I don't know, millions of fans that they have. So it was by that time I just realized that, hey, I'm just that one out of or out of millions of fans that they have. So it wasn't actually worth bragging. But although I did brag to my friends and and family, so yeah, but still it was quite a moment that made me realize that, hey, I'm quite small actually. Like, I'm sure that they'll forget me anyways. So yeah. Yeah, this is how realistic I am. So yeah, that was quite a life-changing moment. From that time on, I don't know, I started to like Jeonghan and D8 more. So yeah, that's life-changing moments, I guess. Then there are a few more, but I shouldn't like say everything up. I guess that's us, right? Like, I remember I saw like a meme, like they were saying like, once you got into like Twitter or Instagram, you just share everything personal to to the people around you. Oh, but no, I'm just going to keep some of them for the future. So yeah. Anyways, the same user asked, what is your future plans? Yeah. My future plans, they're kind of blurry because as I said, I'm like a part-time student, I'm a part-time teacher, I'm a part-time podcaster, I'm a part-time sister, I'm a part-time daughter to two beautiful people in the entire world. So yeah. And I gain interest very fast. I mean, like, how should I say this? I'm like curious in everything. Like, I'm interested in boxing, I'm interested in doing like podcasts, I'm interested in doing in creating content, I'm interested in doing presentations, I'm interested in basically everything in this world. So yeah, my future plans, I guess it's a little bit blurry. I mean, that's how we are. we're really blur about our future when we like go to college and stuff. That's just us. But yeah, but I guess I might, continue my podcast. This is, of course, one thing because it's creating content and it's something that I like so far. And I'll continue doing it, don't worry, for the future. And I'll also continue to teach because teaching children is absolutely fun. I mean, yeah, they can be like a way to relieve your stress, but yet they can be the cause of your stress. Yup, that's how I describe children. Anyways, I got a breakdown. And I plan to go, and I plan, to continue studying psychology, of course. I don't know, I might plan to, achieve masters as well. Because I want to help people as well. I want to help as much as I can, like people who suffer from inexplainable like mental diseases. Like I just wanted to help those who are really suffering. So yeah, psychology is, it's like one of the ways that one of the reasons why I pursued psychology is because I really wanted to help people. And like seeing how, like, while I was learning, like knowing like these critical mental diseases, I'm like, I really want to, try to help as much as possible. Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. I want to be helpful to society. Yeah. Although society treats me bad, but hey, that's how I am. So yeah, that's basically it for our random request podcast. If you have something to ask or request, remember to stay tuned for the next random request time, which I will state the date down below description. Yep. So yeah, I hope you guys have another great week ahead, and remember to follow me on my social media platforms, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.